Today is the unpopular makeup opinions tag. My cat just lost her mind. Don't you hate that when you start filming and your cat just loses her mind? Okay. She's going to do my laundry for me. Yay! Well, the first time I ever saw this tag, I was like, I have to do that because I have unpopular opinions about everything. So, there you go. We're just going to ignore my cat losing her mind over there. She's in a laundry basket, just going crazy. Whatever. So, the original creators of this was Ola Quinn and Julie from Nobody's Beauty Guru. This was adapted from the Unpopular Opinions book tag. And that was really interesting too. Oh my goodness. Everything's everywhere. Okay, ignore that. That's not happening. Okay, so let's just get into this. I will link all kinds of videos down below because I got receipts. Oh, she's gonna come say hi. I have never actually said that out loud before. I have receipts. Oh my god, who am I? Okay, number 1. Popular makeup product you don't like. Benefit Hoola bronzer. Any of the Benefit box. Blush, bronzer, highlight, whatever. If they come in one of those boxes, I don't like them. But particularly the Hoola bronzer. I don't like. Sorry, don't like them. Popular makeup product or brand that everyone else seems to hate but you love. Tarte. I love Tarte. Tarte's one of my favorite brands. I buy all kinds of Tarte. They seem to get a lot of shit from other people, but I like Tarte. Makeup collab you didn't like or were not interested in. Never bought anything from the Dose of Colors, Katie x Desi, or Desi x Katie, or whatever. It was pretty whatever on other people. I'm not... No. Number 4. Popular makeup step that you never do. Concealer. You know, I went on this long journey to find the perfect concealer. And nothing ever covered my dark circles. So I decided, well, I'll color correct and then use concealer. And that just didn't work out. You know, I finally came to the conclusion that I earned the dark circles under my eyes. I'm 46 years old and I earned them. They're mine. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, it's probably because you're not my age yet. But I actually just ordered a concealer from Sephora. It hasn't gotten here yet, but I'm thinking about going on another journey again. Pack a bag, bring a lunch. This is going to be a long journey into concealer land again. I just can never find one that it either wasn't full coverage enough, or it was full coverage, but it was like bad texture, or anyways, I don't do it. I haven't done it in a long time. It's probably been almost a year since I've used a concealer. Popular beauty influencer you don't subscribe to or watch. Manny MUA. I loved his videos. I watched every single one. My grandmother and I used to watch him. And we'd watch all his tutorials and all his videos. And, you know, he was involved with a thing with Gerard Cosmetics. He was sitting there with the owner one day, and a YouTuber, and I can't remember her name, I'll link all these videos down below so you can see it for yourself, Um, the owner of Gerard Cosmetics called the girl ugly. The girl gave her lip glosses a bad review, and she goes, well, I don't want her wearing my makeup anyways. She's ugly. Something to that effect. I haven't watched the video in a few years, but that was the gist of it. And I had some of those lip glosses. I wasn't really super impressed. I'm sure you probably remember they had the mirror on the side and they had the light, so like when you opened them up, they lit up and you could put them on. Whatever. The point is that I paid full price money for these lip glosses. And after she said that about that YouTuber, I didn't follow that YouTuber. I wasn't on YouTube. But I was not okay with that. It's like, you know, if you're going to own a brand and you're going to put out makeup or books or whatever it is that you make, you know, you make statues or you make TV shows or whatever it is you make. If you make something and somebody doesn't like it and they give it a bad review, well, toughen up. It's not going to be the last time. Different people give your product different reviews. So get over it. But I had some of those lip glosses, and every time I looked at them, I just thought of that. Oh, the reason Manny MUA is involved in this is he was sitting there with her laughing and stuff at what she was saying, all the cattiness. And it was just like, you know, Manny's a little catty, whatever and stuff. But that was too much. To just laugh when someone is insulting another person because they got butthurt over their review. Manny should know this because now he has his own brand. Not everybody is giving his products a glowing review. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't buy any of his products because I don't like that. I just don't like that. So, anyways, I'll put everything, I'll link it down below. It's been a few years, so I don't know how many of the videos I'll be able to find, but whatever I can find, I will link. Okay. Popular makeup product or brand that you don't use or support anymore. Well, those Gerard glosses that I paid full price for, I couldn't wear them anymore. When something brings negativity into my life, I get rid of it. I don't care what it is. If when I look at it, I think of something ugly and nasty, I get rid of it. And I did with those Gerard Cosmetics. Now, this whole, you know, like, pick a brand you don't support, I can't narrow it down to one. Okay, I have a couple here. Obviously, Gerard. Makeup Revolution. I don't support them. I never have. Actually, I did own a few palettes of them back in the days when I was young. Or, not really when I was young, but before I realized what was going on. I don't support brands that rip off other people's work. So, Makeup Revolution is a dupe brand. They do their other stuff, but basically it's a dupe brand. I don't support that. It's a very successful dupe brand, but it's still a dupe brand. And, you know, have your own ideas. Make your own stuff. Whatever. Anyways, Let's see, some other brands I don't support. I don't support Kat Von D. That's a really recent thing. I don't think I really need to go into that. I do have one of her liquid lipsticks, and I didn't pay for it, so I don't really have negative feelings about it. I get uncomfortable sometimes thinking about it, but I didn't pay for it. It was so I kind of like, and that's the only product I own from Kat Von D anymore. I'm trying to think of other brands real quick before I go on to the next question. Z palette. I don't own a Z palette. I will never buy a Z palette. No, I'm good. There are other magnetic palettes you can own. You don't need a Z palette. Z palette has terrible customer service. And about the time they called, it was the, you know how people, when they're depotting, they just use like a hair straightener and they put their little, little pots on there and it comes out of the palette. Well, Z palette had made a hot plate. It was a hot plate. And you were to put your palette on there, and then when it comes off, then you can put it into your Z palette. So that's what they had made. And it was pretty spendy for what it was. And some people had said, hey, it's pretty spendy. And this one college girl had said, I really like your products, but that's kind of spendy on Twitter. And the customer service person that was running the Twitter account just basically said, well, people who aren't poor will be able to afford it. Oh my goodness. What? I mean, I've heard other horror stories about Z Palette and their customer service and stuff. I just won't buy from them. It is too cringy. Okay, say any other brands that I'm upset with? None that I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure after I get done filming, I'll be like, oh, and then there was this brand and that brand. Oh, I can think of some more now. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to get into Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star is another one like Kat Von D. If I didn't pay for it and somebody said, here's some Jeffree Star stuff, I'd be like, okay, sure, I'll try it out. I don't have any problems with that. But if I had to go pay money, I don't think I would be able to stomach that. Just, he has bad vibes. Now, years ago, I really liked Jeffree Star back when he was still, like, a musician and, whatever. That was a long time ago. But, it wasn't until I actually heard some of the things that came out. Some of the comments he's made about women, about, just putting anything sparkly in front of them and they'll buy it, Yeah. Whatever. Okay, anybody else? Anything else that's offended me over the years? I'm sure there's other stuff that's offended me. I just can't think of it right now. Okay, makeup trend that you have no interest in trying. Color. I'm sorry. I'm a neutrals girl. That's the way it is. I like sparkly stuff, whatever. I'll go a little, like, into the mauve-y, maybe maroon. Maybe even a purple, okay? A little bit color once in a while. I'm not... It looks so nice on other people, not on me. Okay, makeup product that was better in theory than when you used it. Either swatched better or worked better on others than on you. This kind of goes back to that other thing I was talking about. Juvia's Place. I'll tell you my biggest problem with Juvia's Place. I got the Masquerade palette, and for some reason, when I was purchasing that palette, I kept thinking, this is not the right palette for me. I knew it. I've since decluttered it. And I won't buy any more Juvia's palettes. Not because the quality was bad. It's just A, a lot of them are colorful. And B, these are finger type powders. Like, they work better when you use your fingers. And it's not a hygiene issue like other people complain about. That's not my problem because I wash my hands. I mean, people sit there and complain about jars and pots and everything that you have to stick your fingers in. It's like, well, wash your hands. Okay, so anyways, that's not the issue with me. The issue with me is fingernails. I don't have long fingernails, but they're long enough to get in my way when I'm trying to use my fingers to do my makeup. And then when you use your fingers, I just feel like it's not as accurate as using a brush. One thing I do have is one of those paddle brushes by Stila. That helps a lot. But it didn't with the Juvia's palette because it needed to be warmed up. Just the formula didn't work for me in the way I like to do my makeup. Which I'm not saying I'm like some great makeup artist or anything. I'm not. I'm basic. Basic as hell when it comes to my makeup. But maybe that's the problem. I'm too basic for Juvia's place. Whatever. The point is that even though it was it was a good palette, I'm not good with color. And I don't want to use my fingers and whatever. So that is the end of that tag. I'm sure I just said some unpopular stuff. Whatever. So, come for the makeup, stay for the drama. That's not true. I never do drama. This is the most drama-filled thing I've ever done. Okay, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time in my purely drama-free life. Bye!